While the US is still waiting for Tesla Bot Gen 3 and watching figure demos in sterile labs, the future is already out for a stroll on Barcelona's waterfront. And this isn't just for show. We're talking about Agibot robots. And they're not at some private event in Silicon Valley, they're out on the street, right in the middle of the crowd. See the difference? The company's robots have already earned a spot in Guinness World Records. They're being rented out for less than it costs to hire a human promoter. They don't ask for breaks, they don't make mistakes, and they run on neural networks trained in massive data factories. And guess what? They're already taking over Europe, and Barcelona is just one example. The city has been swept up in Shanghai summer. This isn't just a festival, it's a global showcase where China is sending a clear message. We're already dominating in robotics and AI. But how did a startup from Shanghai pull off what Tesla has been trying to crack for years? And are you ready for your next coworker to cost 899 euros a day and never get tired? Forget everything you thought you knew about robotics. The real race has begun, and it looks like the West is the one playing catch-up. Let's dive in. First, let's look at the facts. February 24th, 2026, Munich. 1 week before the world's largest mobile industry and tech exhibition, Agibot plants its flag in Germany. This isn't just an office, it's a strategic alliance with Mint Group. This automotive giant, with a network of 70 factories, becomes Agibot's local voice and operating arm in Europe. The foothold is in place. March, Barcelona, MWC. While competitors are showing slides, Agibot rolls out its entire arsenal. A2, X2, G2, D1, C5, everything from miniature assistants to industrial humanoids. To show off its actuator precision, the X2 drops into a split on the slippery marble of the Royal Palace. It's bold, and it's a hell of a visual. At the same time, MWC is witnessing a historic shift. For the first time, a dedicated China pavilion has opened. Here, over 350 companies are standing as a united front, showing the world embodied AI in action and the new 5.5G connectivity standards, 5G Advanced. Leading Chinese firms are signing deals and shipping their robots to Germany, Spain, Portugal, and beyond. And this isn't just hype, it's cold, hard numbers. In 2025, Agibot officially became #1 in the world, shipping over 5,000 machines. That's roughly 39% of the global humanoid robot market. It turns out that while Elon Musk is busy making promises, China is busy shipping, and the company's robots are already everywhere, not just in Europe. For instance, in the US, an Agibot android caused a total sensation by unexpectedly showing up at the Met Gala in New York. That sent a clear signal to the world. We're already here, and we're already on top. And sure, the total number of humanoid robots shipped to customers in 2025 is estimated to have been only 13,000 to 16,000 units, but by 2027, it's projected to reach at least 100,000 robots. Who is going to dominate this market, especially considering that during the first 100 days of 2026, the only real on-the-ground presence in Europe belonged to Chinese suppliers? And these aren't just exhibition demos. These are working machines for warehouses, factory floors, and the service sector. Now let's take a look at what's going on over on the Western side. Tesla Optimus Gen 3 still hasn't been unveiled. Even though Elon Musk claimed during the Q1 earnings call in April that production would start in late July or August at the Fremont factory, back in January he admitted that not a single Optimus was doing useful work. The robot just isn't ready yet, and Gen 3 has now been pushed back to late 2026. There's absolutely no sign of deliveries or even public demos in Europe. At Boston Dynamics, the situation with Atlas is different. The production version of the robot is already being assembled at the company's headquarters, but the mass production facility is still under construction. Plus, the entire 2026 production run has already been snatched up by Hyundai and Google DeepMind. Once again, Europe gets nothing. Figure 03 is currently being piloted at BMW's Spartanburg plant, but that's in South Carolina, not Germany. Then there's another almost ready robot, 1X Neo. To quote the company directly, initial Neo deliveries are limited to the United States and Canada in 2026. The robot might eventually show up in Europe, but not until 2027 at the earliest. And finally, there's Apptronik and their robot Apollo. The company has a few use cases, but there are 0 confirmed European deployments or pilots in 2026. So here's the reality. While the Western press is busy arguing over who's more attractive or practical, Atlas or Optimus, the Chinese have simply taken over the European market. While everyone else is making promises, Agibot is actually shipping, and today their robots are the only reality you can actually touch and hire for a job. But how did a startup nobody had even heard of a couple of years ago manage to leapfrog the giants? We went straight to a company representative to find out.
First is the growth rate. We are one of the most fast-growing company among all the humanoid manufacturers. And how do we start that? Is that the other competitor of us, Unitree, they have been in the market for around 10 years, and we have been only in the market for around 2.5, whereas last year we have already equivalent revenue with them. So from a growth point of view, we are one of the fastest growing robots in the world.
Agibot was founded in February 2023. By January 2025, the company had already produced its first 1,000 robots. By December, that number had hit 5,000. By March 2026, it had reached 10,000. That leap from the 5,000th to the 10,000th unit took only 3 months. At the same time, in January 2026, the leading consulting firm Omdia ranked Agibot #1 in the world for humanoid shipments, 5,168 units, accounting for 39% of the global market. According to TrendForce data, Agibot and Unitree together control about 80% of global shipments. By those same estimates, their target revenue for 2025 was around $142 million, and a multi-fold growth is projected for 2026.
And from the number, how we talk about the number is that we have around 5,000 more humanoid robots deployed already at scale. So we have a lot of robots that are working in environment like factories, logistics, and for example, also retail environment. And besides the humanoid robot, we also have the cleaning solution. So our aim is to provide a full range of the robot for our customers and resellers.
And this isn't just a high-output assembly line. Its potential is backed by a powerhouse roster of investors. Internet giants like Tencent, Baidu, and JD.com, automotive leader BYD, and even international corporations like LG Electronics. When such diverse major players pour billions into a single company, that is pure industry validation, and the company's co-founder plays a massive role in all of this. Peng Jihui was a key member of Huawei's Genius Youth Talent Program, where he worked on AI for drones and computer vision systems. He was also a popular DIY creator on Bilibili, the Chinese version of YouTube, where he was literally building incredibly complex robots on his own in his garage. He eventually left Huawei to create the Chinese answer to Boston Dynamics, and in record time, he turned the startup into a unicorn. Today, he's officially a member of China's State Council, which is currently writing the global standards for humanoid robots. Agibot's robots have plenty to show off too. Recently, their A2 Ultra model set a world record that was officially recognized by Guinness World Records. The robot covered a distance of 106 kilometers, about 66 miles, during a continuous live stream. For the industry, this was powerful proof that humanoids are ready for real grueling work, not just short demos. But in Barcelona, the company decided to win over the crowd not with endurance, but with grace, agility, and direct interaction with people. These little guys, standing about 130 centimeters, 4 feet 3 inches tall, possess phenomenal flexibility and fluidity thanks to 30 degrees of freedom and custom actuators with a peak torque of 120 Newton meters. They support multimodal interaction, reacting to voices, gestures, facial expressions, and touch. The robot is capable of moving autonomously, avoiding collisions, and heading back to its charging station on its own. The brains of the X2 are capable of algorithmic decision-making. That means it doesn't need a remote operator micromanaging every move. By the way, the X2 recently demonstrated autonomous table tennis play. No pre-programmed trajectories. The robot tracked the ball using LiDAR sensors and RGBD cameras and instantly calculated the return shot. In Barcelona, it easily performed splits and stood back up, and even danced to jazz music, a task that is definitely not for everyone. The X2 also spent time interacting with passers-by. The robot has a very interesting leg design. Its simple-looking feet let it pull off complex moves, like standing up from a split with surprising speed. The robot's body is covered in a soft material for extra safety. For instance, if someone were to bump into it in a crowd. At the same time, the robot will try to dodge a direct collision, but it will still let you pat it on the head. What else is in the company's portfolio?
From the development point of view, we have been in the market for only 2.5 years. And so far, we have already the A series, which is a robot that are mainly focusing on the interaction and have a more developed language model. And the X series, which is what you see here, is that the one that have more physical abilities. They're able to do the dancing performance and also like basic interaction and guiding. And we also work with a lot of research centers or, for example, university to do the second development of robot. And there are some like really cool and creative cases. For example, robot playing pianos, or robot doing like a really special skill. They can even do the backflips. Yeah, so we do have a lot of this like creative development simply because we have one of the most open SDK among the industry of humanoid.
The thing is, Agibot is playing for keeps. They aren't just creating a product, they're building a new standard for the entire industry. In April 2026, at the APC 2026 conference, they made it official. The era of exhibition demos is over, and the first year of large-scale deployment has begun. And the company has a crystal clear strategy for winning this market. First, there's Agibot World 2026, a massive company-built dataset. It's no secret that data is the new oil for robots, and Agibot is generously sharing its own data on the Hugging Face platform. We're talking about a giant dataset, 1 million trajectories, and nearly 3,000 hours of real-world experience.
Regarding the key usage or key customer, we have company, for example, like BYD, for example, like PepsiCo. They are using a lot of our robot. And how do we do the training for the robot to be used in this kind of environment? Is that we use the VR simulation. So we do have one of the biggest data collection center. Normally people will also call them teleoperation center. And in this center, we have humans, they operating through the VR set to simulate what the robot are supposed to do in factories or logistic environment. And with these motion data they have collected, they are able to, the customers, they're able to use this data to kind of teach the robot what they're supposed to do in their environment. So this is one of our biggest advantage, is that we have a huge database of the real world humanoid data to be applied to different kind of scenarios.
Another key advantage is their own data collection factory. With hundreds of operators working across 32,000 square feet, this is a full-blown assembly line for producing embodied AI training data across real-world scenarios. Why are they doing this? Agibot is building an open ecosystem so thousands of developers can train their models on this data, and they have a very specific reason for that, but we'll get back to that in a bit. The next feature is the Go-To, their robot's new brains. They don't just react to commands, they build a logical plan that covers both the overall strategy and split-second movement adjustments. And the final touch is the AIMA architecture. Agibot is pushing a concept of one unified body, 3 types of intelligence, movement, interaction, and task execution, and an infinite number of use cases. Essentially, it's an open operating system that lets any business take an Agibot robot and reflash it for their specific needs in just a couple of days. In the end, Agibot is building the full stack, from custom motors and the physical body to massive data sets and self-learning models. Now that you've seen the massive data and AI machine behind these robots, let's head back to the Port Vell waterfront. It's clear now that the X2 being here is a real-world showcase of a public-facing product, right in the environment where it's actually meant to work: retail, airports, museums, and hotels. With its robot-as-a-service model, any European operator can rent one of these robots for 24 hours right now and give it a test run. The local integrator, Agibot, is the one making this technically possible for the Spanish market. And we have to admit, Shanghai didn't just send a dancing robot to Europe, it sent a ready-to-go commercial product. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Analysts at Morgan Stanley are warning that in 2026, the industry is headed for a major shakeout. Money is pouring in, but for many, real profit remains a distant dream. The big question is, how do you survive while robots haven't yet taken over all the world's factories? Agibot has found a non-trivial answer to this. Remember their AIDEA data factory? While they give away foundational data, the ABCs of movement for free, specific operations like assembling a particular part on a conveyor belt are considered commercial data. The company successfully sells these data sets and even creates them to order. That's a real business model. The second survival lever is OEM manufacturing. The company acts as a factory for others. Since they already have their own production facilities while many labs and startups don't, they can build robots for other brands. The founder and chairman, Deng Tai-hua, isn't hiding anything. They are building an entire ecosystem. This includes the ShareBot platform. Right now, the goal isn't profit, it's scale. If they can push the number of rental orders to 10,000 a month, it becomes a massive, independent revenue stream. Essentially, you get the world used to your robots through affordable leasing first, and only then do you start making serious money off them. Of course, this is just the beginning, and there are plenty of hurdles ahead. For instance, most humanoids still only get 2 to 3 hours of battery life. Plus, starting in August 2026, the EU AI Act officially takes effect in Europe. Autonomous robots are classified as high-risk systems, which means strict oversight and mandatory certification. But the most important shift has already happened. In 2026, Chinese humanoids like Agibot stopped being just characters in viral videos. They've become machines you can see, touch, rent, and put to work in a European logistics center today. This doesn't mean they've won the race. It just means they're already here, while everyone else is still getting ready to leave the house. Barcelona on May 8th wasn't a grand opening. It was just another pin on a map that has become incredibly crowded in just 6 months.